Alright guys, what's up? I will be playing, just like in the title and the description, some new maps that I haven't played yet. Starting off with Midnight Mansion. I have played up until here, most of them in hard mode, some of them in normal mode. This one here I beat in Chimps already and Impossible. My goal is essentially to beat every single map with every single mode, you know, which some of you might say is more, you know, it's more pragmatic to do one map after another and then go to the next map and 100% it. But I personally don't want to play the same map like, what is it, like fucking 15 times in a row. So I'm gonna play new maps instead that I haven't played yet, and then afterwards go back to every map and finish these, you know, these other quests. Alright, starting off with this map that I haven't played before. I always like to, because as you're gonna see in a second, obviously there's gonna be these arrows here pointing towards wherever they're going. However, I in most of these maps, either they're lying or I don't really understand them, so I like to, you know, for the first round do like, you know, testing it. Okay, so as soon as they're in this portal, they... Right, subtract your lives, and okay, pretty simple actually. I mean, there's the maps before was with the ice shore where, you know, the ice bear died or something. Right, so what I like to do, alright, I also don't know what this means, these two strips right here. Maybe it means, yeah, okay, mobs are gonna come here and then they're gonna immediately go in there. I have no clue actually. As you can see, I've already made some progress in the game, right? Like, I'm not a entirely beginner, I'm just starting to stream now. I would like to show you guys my strategy that I most often use in most games, I would say, because I found it is quite well, it's obviously never a guaranteed win, but this you know, is the most consistent thing I've found, so that you can consistently go to round 40. Oh, I can remove these, okay, not these, just these two, right, okay. Can I remove anything else? Why is there a fire here? Is this fire helping me, or what's happening? Okay, I don't know. What I wanted to say, this is a pretty consistent strategy, for me at least, to go until round 40, and as soon as you're round 40, you know, like, wait, let's a second, let me put the pops also down to 10%. As soon as round 40 is up, I'm gonna have enough money to essentially set up other things like the alchemist or whatever. Right, so I like to go for the 302 cross path on the boomerang monkey and the 023 upgrade on the dart monkey, and they are alone gonna be able to handle most of the rounds until the first Moab. Oh, now I see. The red fire, right. The cyan bluish fire separates the vision. Okay, so that's what these strips do, right? Okay. Would be nice, you know, to have some indicators to that, but I guess the game wants to be cryptic. It's not much of a problem, I think. It's gonna be a problem if it's, you know, gonna happen on round 40. That right there, I think, was on round 6 or on round 5, the fire here. I'm gonna have to watch it more carefully though, because if that happens during the first Moab, we could run into some trouble, but then again, I mean, I'm gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. I can just restart, like, it's not that deep, essentially. Right, so as you can see, I'm at round 8 already, and the dart monkey is almost there. The boomerang monkey I haven't upgraded to glaives yet, but as soon as round 15 or so is up, I'm gonna have these two at the wanted levels, at the wanted paths, and I'm also gonna have round 15 to 20 I'm gonna also place Benjamin, and you know, obviously I'm playing Benjamin because why wouldn't you? Like, there is literally not a lot of reason not to play him. Alright, there's the glaives. I want the ricochet obviously here. Well, I mean, maybe not obviously. I always want the ricochet. Okay, this is where the map starts to become a problem. We're gonna have to remember this for chimps mode, but right now it's okay. I should have gone for the crossbow instead of the glaives here, but I mean, I guess I wouldn't have enough money for that anyway. Okay, so round 9. Is it every third round maybe? That would mean that we are safe from the first Moab, but not from... Okay, round 10 as well. So it might be for 2 rounds. Right, okay, I see. So if this one is lit, it's the vertical and fire, and if this one is lit, it's the horizontal fire. Okay, got it. So you can also place monkeys here, all over. Okay. And I am assuming when you remove this, you can place monkeys here as well, which would probably this right here is the best spot for the monkeys to be, because you're hitting all of them, and here you're only hitting the ones that are on, you know, each side. So I am going to restart actually right now and do exactly that what I just said. That was the wrong placement. I think rather than that, oh my god, I'm sorry. I should put the boomerang monkey here. Right-handed probably, maybe left-handed actually, so he can like. How fast are these coming out? Okay, right. So he can see them, and then if they are coming, he throws them like that, which isn't an issue. And of course, if these balloons go down this path, he can throw them with a pretty good curve. Yeah, I think this is the best placement for him to have right now. I also think that I'm gonna be... it's always a question where I want to place my first dart monkey, because he's gonna be very important. I think right here is okay actually, because he's gonna get some more range, and even some more range then. Because my strategy also involves another boomerang monkey with the 024 path for, you know, the Moabs, so that I have him set up at round 40 as well, and then it should be a pretty clean win from there, because I mean, this map is interesting because usually my map also includes a village, but I'm probably instead just gonna go for a monkey with shimmer for the, you know, the camo detection on this guy and the other boomerang guy. And until round 80 I usually have you know, a dartling gunner up. I also have some alchemists, 1 or 2 maybe. Often I go for ninjas, you know, snipers from time to time depending on the map. I don't think that snipers are a really good strategy on this map. Here I think tag shooters could do really well, although tag shooters really, well, they don't need villages, but they greatly really appreciate villages, which is a bit difficult for this map if my you know, feeling is correct. Because if you like place a village here, you can maximum, yeah, you can support like 1 or 2 tag shooters, maybe 3 if you like put it here and here or something. However, let me speed this up for a second. However, I'm not sure that's gonna be worth it if you can only support 1 or 2 tag shooters. So this is an interesting one. I think the glue gunner could do really well here, obviously, with the balloon liquefier, maybe even with a relentless glue. You know, it's not that expensive, helps the monkeys use the limited path AoE that they have. Right, okay. I mean, I think now it's important that I go for the crossbow next, instead of the very quick shots and the ricochet, because I think there's gonna be some... Before there's gonna be like any serious leads, there's gonna be more like masses of just like maybe yellow, maybe green balloons, and the crossbow really you know, takes care of those early rounds, especially together with the ricochet. But it's obviously, you know, it takes a bit of time if you don't speed up, and I don't really want to speed up because I've noticed earlier that when I speed up I tend to lose my focus because you know, it's such like it's so overstimulating kind of, in my opinion. So I'm like gonna lose my words probably more often when I do have it sped up. So I'm just gonna, yeah, exactly, this is what I was talking about. This is where the crossbow really shines, since the crossbow can pop 3 layers of balloons for every hit. And then also the very quick shots, you know, he's a machine, this guy, in the early game. You know, he starts losing some value in the late game, but then you just upgrade to sharpshooter and it's fixed, essentially. The reason, though, that I don't want to go for like a razor sharp shots here is because I really need the camo detection, and I think that the very quick shots add more value than the razor sharp shots, which you know, you could probably calculate actually, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm also not gonna look at a guide because for now, for the point in the game where I'm at right now, where I don't really have to maximize my strategy and knowledge, where I can just kind of goof off and do my own thing, I don't really want to do that. However, maybe when I... Oh, did you see that range on that shot? He's like... His darts are going to like here, that's crazy. Right. Maybe when I'm gonna be doing like all chimps, that's probably gonna be the point where I'm gonna have to calculate some things and optimize a lot of my playstyle, because right now my placements aren't as perfect. The cross paths I'm doing because they are good in Bloons battles. Like the glaive ricochet, I'm not sure how good of a strategy that is in Bloons Tower Defense 6. But I know that I used this, like this was a meta at some point in Bloons Tower Defense Battles 2. Right. Yeah, that's all I know, essentially. Well, it's not all I know. I know some, you know, obviously doing good placement is pretty intuitive to some point, but there's a lot of calculations, especially with the farms, also how to optimally farm for late game, for a short game, for this mode, for that mode. Like, that's something that's not really that complicated, but it's something I haven't looked into yet, and I think that's it. It's not that it's too complicated, in my opinion. Probably, I mean, I haven't looked into it, so who am I to tell? Alright, I'm hoping my wizard can go here, although I don't know. Oh, this is a pretty, you know, this is a spot where I would really appreciate a village right now, since if I put the wizard monkey with shimmer somewhere, I mean, like, if I would put him right here, for example, he would only remove the camo of the balloons from this lane that come from this portal after they've already passed my guys. And if I put the wizard monkey like here or something, I think that's the best solution, right? Since with the increased range here, he's gonna start decamoing balloons from this portal coming this way before they reach these guys, and from this portal before they reach these guys. So I think that's probably the best solution. Before I go for shimmer, or I'm not sure if I should go for shimmer first or for the Kylie boomerang. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't memorized all of the rounds yet. I know some rounds, like obviously 40, 60 and 80. 63, I think 85 is another big one. 90s, the DDTs, you know, right? But I'm not sure if, like, a lot of camos are gonna come before round 40. I mean, obviously camos are gonna come, but I think he can probably handle most of it. If not, I really should do the shimmer first. But then I'm not sure if I'm gonna be if I'm gonna get enough money for the mob press until round 40, so I'm gonna wait until I have the mob press and then invest into a shimmer, because I am faithful that he can probably, if I make him especially aim at camo balloons, that he's probably gonna be able to take care of them until round 40. I mean, I don't really see, I think camo lead balloons are also only at around 50 or 40 something after the first Moab. Right, I think I'm gonna be pretty good. Right, so now I have unlocked the Moab press right now, and I always like to aim him at strong, which doesn't necessarily have to. Oh, one balloon leaked. Alright, too bad, but it's okay. I mean, like I said, once I unlock Shimmer, they are obviously going to be able to see camos, and that's not going to happen again. And also I should have placed Benjamin way earlier already, because that would have made, you know, this part of the game much easier, since he would probably already be at like level 9 or 8, which would greatly increase my income, obviously, as you all probably know. Right, I'm not quite sure the target audience of the stream, because I'm not that like perfectly amazing great.
Let's make some noise.
Okay. So just like that, round 35, Benjamin DJ. You know, not that early, pretty late. But I think early enough that he's gonna be able to reach level 20 before round 80. And now I also can unlock the shimmer I was talking about all the time. And yeah, exactly, like these rounds, I mean, this was still pretty alright, pretty handleable for my Dart Monkey probably, but in the future it might not be as well. I also always like to take the cross path with the firewall, because yeah, it's pretty powerful, lasts a pretty good long time, you know. But first, before I invest 800 into that, I'm gonna go for the more grenades, which is really gonna be helpful for rounds that I was talking about earlier, like round 63 with the, I'm not sure, it's definitely a lot of ceramics packed in one spot, right? Also with the village, let me have a look for a second where a village would fit. Yeah, that's about what I thought. It's actually worse than I thought, but it's okay. I mean, okay, literally nowhere on this map. Maybe if I remove this. Yeah, actually, right. Okay, that makes things way easier, because I thought I was going to have to play without the jungle drums and without the immediate camo detection. Yeah, oh no, another one leaked. Alright, it's okay, but we have Benjamin here, you know, regaining some of the lives after each round. So I think it's gonna be fine. I really do need the more glaives though, like as we are gonna see in this next round. I should have definitely gone for it earlier, because the attack speed increase is hugely important here. Alright, there you go. Now I'm this is my setup for round 40. It's consistent, it always works, you're gonna see. I don't have the village because I didn't set up my Benjamin in time. I don't have it set up with jungle drums yet, and I don't have the wall of fire yet, which is usually something that is pretty manageable up until this point, but you're gonna see, depending on where the Moab comes from, it's gonna be pretty easy to deal with. Okay, that's the best scenario, because that's the most, exactly, like he has the most value here. Great. He's gonna be pop in just a second. Oh, never mind.
Is not cool.
Never mind, he's not. Okay, I don't know what the problem was there. Maybe the setup actually like needs the jungle drums. Maybe the monkeys didn't have the maximum value that they could bring because of the placement issues. I was really surprised about that one, that it popped so late. However, also the I'm not sure, did Benjamin have Trojan yet? Probably not, right? Yeah, this is gonna have to, he's gonna need Trojan here, so the main mistake I did there, I think, was placing Benjamin way too early. I usually do it even before I set down the second boomerang, so this time I'm gonna make sure he gets placed before round 35. That was way too late. I usually get him down at like round 18 or 15 or something. So this is yeah, just gonna have to rework it all. Gonna be fine though. Like I showed you all the settings, the setup, I meant to say, and I think you all get my point. It's not flawless as you just saw. I mean, usually I get down the Benjamin in time. I'm not sure why here. Maybe I lost focus at some point because of the stream, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. Nothing big, no issue. We're just gonna have to redo it. Here I'm gonna go for the ricochet before I'm gonna go for the crossbow, just to see how much of an impact it has on the overall round, you know, handleability. I don't know if that's not a word. How good they're handling the rounds, right? So as I mentioned earlier, I come from Bloons TD. I'm gonna be streaming that in the future as well, probably at some point. Right now though, for Christmas I bought myself Bloons Tower Defense 6, and I've been, grinding it for a bit. Obviously the maps, as you saw, I have unlocked all the monkeys and most of the paths. I haven't really used Desperado because I don't really see the use of him. I don't really see him as a good tower. That's why I haven't unlocked everything yet. You know, like these are some, like the monkey ace, I don't really use him a lot, or the monkey buccaneer. I also think, yeah, here, and this guy, right, the carpet of spikes still missing, like some of missing. However, most I have unlocked fully. Also the true sun guard, my record, my all-time record in rounds in hard mode is 252 with a true vengeful sun guard. However, I'm gonna have to record that setup again and maybe optimize it a couple more steps. Right, okay, so this is usually the point where I wait for Benjamin, because these two are gonna handle the rounds up until 20 or 25 or so pretty swiftly, with the camo detection led probability, right? Like these guys won't have any problems for a while. I mean, the ricochet is just insane. Like, if you will take a look at it, is the glaives bounce from here all the way over here, the entire map, which is to me pretty insane. This is where I'm going to be placing my Benjamin, because I always like to keep my attacking monkeys in around the same area. Another one leaked. Okay, now I like to keep mine in the same area. I'm not sure if that's a problem, if that's a good strategy, if you should rather spread them out. I mean, it obviously depends on the map. Like here, for example, I'm really not sure, because the field of attack is... I think I could have placed him much better. I didn't really pay attention to that, but selling him would lose me too much money, in my opinion. But here I'm gonna remove this and add the village sooner or later.
Turn it up.
Rather sooner than later, because I'm gonna need the camo detection on my balloons. On my balloons, right, on my monkeys. And the radius, and this way I don't have to, well, I wouldn't say waste my money on a wizard monkey, but you know, earlier I noticed I don't have to set up a shimmer if I'm gonna set up a radar scanner anyway, because it's the same thing. Only the radar scanner is, you know, better because it doesn't depend on timing or anything, but it immediately pops the... Okay, the exact same scenario, you know, these reds get by.
Cool.
Earlier it was only one, I think. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe at that point right, at that point I had the monkey as well, I think, the magic monkey. The monkey. Talking about it like this is the game for monkeys. Right, so next thing I'm gonna be investing is the Moab press, which is, you know, massively important. I think, when I'm gonna slow it down for a little bit, I think I really do have to position him better, because, you know, he needs to attack the Moab. Some more passing by, right, because he's just gonna have to have the most AoE, because he has the, not the most broken ability, but like he has a very good ability of pushing back Moabs, which is always good, and also almost needed, right? Okay, so this is a completely different round. He's gonna be reaching level 7 before round 40, which is actually probably necessary now that I look at it, because then the Moab won't spawn any... What does it say in the description? Any babies? No children, right? That's really funny. It's not gonna spawn any offspring like the ceramics that killed me earlier. So this is gonna be fine. I'm not sure right now if I should invest in the jungle drums or in the Morglaves. Probably the Morglaves, right? Morglaves, not graves. Multiple object advanced ricochet. Alright, okay. That's what MOR stands for, I'm curious. Also, if things go well, which I'm probably going to be able to buy both before round 40, which would obviously, you know, be a massive not a massive over defense, but definitely pretty good defense. Right, one thing I had to learn, or I had to get used to from coming from Bloons Tower Defense Battles 2, was the not being able to send eco to increase your income, but essentially relying on Benjamin and relying on the banana farms. You know, there's obviously some strats to get more money, like the alchemist, but I think it's almost always more worth it to set the alchemist to Berserker Brew, you know, just like it was in, I can go with the sharpshooter, you know, nothing wrong with that, I think. I don't need him quite yet, but I think my defense is pretty solid. I'm gonna have to get to around 80 without setting up a farm, which obviously isn't impossible, right?